Okay. Yeah. What's poppin', people? Welcome in.
How we
Hope you're having a
feeling, yo?
fantastic day. It's a, what day is it for us now? I don't even, jeez Louise. It's a
It's
Tuesday for you guys.
yeah, it's Wednesday. It's all messed up because of our recording schedule. Doesn't feel like the days are the days.
Yeah.
At least for me. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's the same
everything
for you.
feels like nothing feels normal in this last week and a half in a bit. But
Yeah. Yeah.
welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you've had a great day. We're glad to have you. What's up, Josh? We see you. What's up, Styles? We see you. What's up, Jared? We see you. What's up, Chris? What's up, Angel? What's up, Jared? What's up, Kyle? Early gang.
Gang,
Great catching you
gang.
live, Mr. Smith. Great having you here. What's up,
Huge love.
JG? What's up, Grant? What's up, Kyle?
How we
It's
feeling?
good to have you guys. Let us know who we're hanging out with in the chat. We see you, Macy. Macy, we need you to be our official how many days until the NFL season person now? Because you were
Yeah.
our official how many days until the NFL draft? And yeah, Nothing was the same. What's up, Double L? What's up, K Polson? All right, we are here. We are here. We are here. Dr. Seuss vibes today. But
Dr. Seuss vibes.
do me a massive favor. If you have yet to do so, go ahead and smash that like button. Help us get to our like goal, which is 150. If we do reach that like goal, then we will pop off a second mock draft for you guys today. I am excited about today because we haven't done a startup in a little while.
Yeah, we need to check the ADP. We need to see where all these players are going. Obviously, with Jordan Love, now these running backs feel a little bit more comfortable. These wide receivers, where are the rookies going, right? Where is JSN going? Gibbs, et cetera, et cetera. Now Kenneth Walker. So a lot of question marks, a lot of things we need to get used to. And that's why we're here. This is why we're going to be mocking for the first time. So it's exciting.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, just looking at the setup here. Okay, so if you want to join today's Dynasty startup, Badake, how can the people do so?
Yeah, all you have to do is join our Discord. Link in the description, and link is going to be here in the chat. Once you join our Discord, all you have to go to is Fantasyland tab with the orange footballs, and go to content releases. That's how you can join this mock draft. Once again, join our Discord, link in the description below. Go to the Fantasyland football tab with the orange footballs, then go to content releases, and that's exactly how you can join this mock draft and all mock drafts in the future. And once you send that link, I can definitely, and you did. Awesome. So I am going to pick a spot.
Just while Badake is doing so, the big news that we had last night was, you guys can see me talking to Danny from Stock Exchange. Love those guys over there. Jordan Love, they did not pick up the 5th year. Instead, they decided to extend him. So he essentially has 2 years to prove he's the guy, is what it looks like, which, let's be honest, most rookie quarterbacks have the same timeline. I mean, if you're not proving yourself within 2 years, the team's replacing you. Look at Zach Wilson. Look at, Sam Darnold. I mean, just Jets quarterbacks. We can go across the board. But if you're not proving yourself in 2 years, then you're probably being moved on from. But Jordan Love is signed to a long-term deal, which is great to see. There's talks about Jared Goff getting a contract extension, which is great to see. And just before we get into the drafts, I know that my rankings have been updated, Badake, since the draft. I assume yours as well. Yeah. So if you want rankings for your Dynasty startup drafts, for your rookie drafts, and everything in between, go ahead and use our code LAND when signing up to flockfantasy.com. I'll give you a direct link in the chat to sign up with our code. You'll get 30% off with our code, and if you choose the Mother Flocker tier, you're going to get a team grade from us, from your Dynasty team. You're going to unlock the Fantasy Hotline for advice. You're going to be able to be in our Dynasty Trade Show, which happen each and every week. Unlock the entire Discord, the biggest Discord for fantasy and Dynasty football in the world. Worldwide. Mr. 305 worldwide. But let's go ahead and start this thing off. This is a 2023 Dynasty Superflex mock draft. It's PPR. It is not tight end premium. Yep. So let's go ahead and start. 60 seconds on the clock. I got a lot of J Love, so it was good to see that this morning.
Yeah, it was. I do have a lot of J Love as well. I mean, I have in the Bravo League that we're drafting tomorrow. I have in the Alpha League as well that I'm drafting tomorrow, that we were drafted yesterday. So that's actually really fun. Maybe I see I can sell him on the high, maybe.
Oh yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how high his value rises throughout this process.
Let's see where he's at right now in the community.
Kyle says he just hooked up with the like button. You love it. 127 days till kickoff.
Here we go.
What's up, Nick? What's up, Colson?
He hasn't really risen. He's QB 17 right now.
Okay. I'm curious what he ranks across our creators on Flock Fantasy. He's currently quarterback 19. For myself, he is quarterback. Oh, let me add myself, sorry. For myself, he is currently
Oh, what
quarterback
happened?
19, so I'm
Oh, I
across the
need
board.
to. Sorry, I just realized I forgot they redid the rankings. Why is my thing not up there?
So I've got two. Oh my God, I've got three great options on the board here. Lamar, Justin, Trevor. I'll go Trevor, but if you are at the 1-8, the 1-9, the 1-10, you should feel incredible about
I
this
think,
start.
and this is why I wanted to mock at the end here because I think there's gonna be a lot of tough decisions. You're gonna be choosing between quarterbacks, like multiple quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, and I think that is going to be a big challenge here.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you either got to go with youth and going. Like I said, now Lamar Jackson goes off the board. I'm interested to see how the wide receivers usually don't go. Not that they don't go,
I think that's where
but the
their
range
range
the
is.
range
Yeah.
is like from the 1-6 to the 110. I mean, in our drafts, they usually kind of fall to the back of that.
Yeah. If I
Like
could have
108,
known that
110.
I would land with Justin Fields at the 110, that would be my ideal place to start of any position on the board. If you could
Hmm.
say, hey, you get Justin Fields at the 110, I was like, okay, well then put me there. I prefer that, so I can get a
Yeah.
premier player at the 2-3 as well. You're up here at the end. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Couple guys here. I mean, let me just double check my stuff here. I'm looking at either, to be completely transparent, I'm looking at CD. I'm looking at Deshaun Watson. I think the right answer right now is for sure is CD, but I'm going to take my time here. So one of my picks will be CD.
Okay.
And according to my ranking, my next guy will be D-Watt. So let's go with the two here. See how
Okay.
I feel. CeeDee Lamb, Deshaun Watson. And that's a great start at the 112 for
Yeah.
me.
Tyler, no, we don't really do auction style. We're not necessarily against it. It's just not our preferred draft. Happy Wednesday to you, future boys. Thanks, Preston. Welcome in.
Yeah. Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
so
Anthony
A-Rich
Richardson.
goes at the 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes him the first quarterback from the class. The second pick, the 102. Which I think we're going to start seeing this pretty much across the board.
Yeah, early second rounds here. And I think this is where you can see the run. But, you gotta, once again, the quarterbacks are here. Not only the rookie quarterbacks, but you still have two really good there goes one Kyler Murray there. And then this is where you get to the hard decision of wide receivers, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. Gets a little bit difficult here. Me drafting by Tiz. Tiz starts with Lamar. And let's see what he does at the 2-4. I have an ideal scenario in my head, but, let's see. Let us see. Thanks everyone who joined us yesterday, by the way. We did our first rookie draft of the year. We live streamed it, and Real Money Pot League. It was really fun to have you guys alongside us.
Yeah.
Watching along. So if you didn't catch that yesterday, there will be a live stream. It's got Anthony Richardson's face on it. It's a real draft. Damn, that was my ideal scenario.
There it goes. But a lot of good options for you.
But yeah, a lot of very good options still available to me. And I'll probably take CJ here.
Okay.
I'll take CJ there. I don't really want to be left in no man's land with these quarterbacks. So that's almost why I feel like I think this year more than any, I don't think the back end hurts you as much.
No,
because
it doesn't.
If you're starting, let's say 1-1, 1-2, unless everyone messes up and allows you to land a great quarterback, you will probably be in a tough spot. So,
yeah,
it depends on how your league will draft, of course. But yeah,
and this is what I want to see, because last year it was more like, you didn't have too many decent quarterbacks, right? I mean, not that you didn't have decent quarterbacks, but Trevor Lawrence was going at the end of the first. Jalen Hurts at times going like early second. middle of the second there, to early first, depending on how people really viewed him at the time. So the quarterback run really fell off, I would say, at the 1-8, 1-9, and then you had to go wide receiver or running back or whoever was available there, really just wide receivers. And that's what we saw. A lot of people trading their first and second picks in the back end of the draft to get more value somewhere else. So now it feels a lot more comfortable in the Dynasty startup.
Yeah, I would agree. Brother man.
Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson here. So the 106 is going double wide receiver, and then goes AJ Brown. I bet you the 104 wanted that stack there with Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. We got another Dynasty or rookie mock, or not rookie mock, a real rookie draft tomorrow with the Bravo League. Shout out to the Bravo League, which just made a trade in that league just earlier.
So I looks like we're almost paid up too. Just one person left. I'll send that link out one more time today, but we're almost good to go there. All right, so Dak Prescott at the 210. And to me, that's one of those quarterbacks that when I was saying you should make the top 3 pay for getting elite quarterbacks. But I mean, if you start Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, the 1-3 automatically becomes the best spot here. AK, thank you so much for the super chat. Very kind of you. 2 rounds into our league's startup, I've gotten Lamb at the 202, Kyler at the 205, JT at the 211. Pretty hyped. I like it.
It's a great start so far.
Yeah, Kyler at the 205 feels great. I mean, we're seeing some crazy things happen in some people's startups this offseason where Kyler's fallen to like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round. I know it sounds unrealistic, but we're seeing it happen. So I like that you were able to get those 3.
Yeah.
Yes, real rookie draft tomorrow. That's correct.
Yeah.
It'll be the Bravo League drafting. And I have 1 pick, and it's the 407. So it's going to be much more a host vibe from me. But that team, I feel very good about. It's kind of stacked, so I'll put those picks to good use, I feel.
Yeah, no, that's good.
So a lot of these elite wide receivers, these young pillars to your Dynasty team are now off the board. You got Garrett Wilson, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra, Chris Olave, Jalen Waddle, Jackson Smith-Njigba goes a pick ahead of Jahmyr Gibbs, which makes sense. Definitely makes sense. I think a lot of people have said you have to go Gibbs over JS, and I think there's a case for both. I personally genuinely do believe that there is a case for both. So it's cool to see them go back to back. CMC goes off the board at the 3-4. And now Ryan is on the clock. T. Higgins off the board.
Higgins.
We'll take a little seat today.
Yeah, have a little seat.
Been working too hard,
Gotta relax. Gotta relax, man.
We've been working too hard here. Garrett Wilson, Justin Jefferson. Let's see what K Poison's gonna do here. The double wide receiver start. And he goes Drizzy, Drake, London. So 3 wide receivers to start the draft. 3 wide receivers to start the draft. I'm very curious to see what the quarterbacks end up looking like on that team 3 there.
He doesn't stand. Sometimes he stands up for the whole stream. Sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah,
Chris.
What was the question?
It just depends on the mood, I guess.
Typically, I'm standing up to start for sure, and then sometimes I'll sit, sometimes I'll stand. I mean, you know, you got to get the flexibility going. Okay, here.
What are you thinking?
I am trying to. Let me look at my rankings here. What would I do next? Pitts probably would have been my pick there. I don't want to not go wide receiver. I just don't like my drafts when I don't go wide receiver. But you could make an argument that Travis Etienne's the best available player. I'll go Travi here.
Okay.
I'll go Travis.
I was hoping he was gonna fold to me, but that's okay. A couple of good options here. Olave went already.
Shout out to the 140 people watching the stream. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us today. Done a ton of rookie mocks. We thought, you know what? It might be a good time to switch it up. Let's get a startup. We haven't done a startup in a while. So that's what we're doing today, trying to see, you know, startup is such a good indication of how people value players. So it's good to see that versus these rookies. We will be live for a real rookie draft tomorrow. Do us a massive favor. Drop a like to show some love, to show some support. If we get 150 likes, that's our like goal on today's stream, we will pop off an extra rookie mock for you guys right after this. So if you came today and you're like, wait, my rookie draft's tomorrow, I want to see a rookie mock. Well, go ahead and drop that like button. If we get to 150 likes means that we will pop off a rookie mock draft right after this for all those people out there. So see Metcalf, Smith, and Tua. I was really considering Devonta Smith at the 3-8.
That's who I wanted there. That's who I really wanted. Makes it really difficult now.
I think I am now Devonta Smith over DK Metcalf. And
yeah.
I would also probably take Drake London over Metcalf.
Yes.
I'm not anti-Metcalf, but I think with the arrival of JSN, he to me is a bigger threat long term than even if Tyler Lockett was 25 years old at this point. I think he would be a bigger threat long term than Lockett was.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah, I moved DK down.
He's my 13. He was my 11. He's my 13. So
couple spots there just based off of JSN walking into the building.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take DJ there. Just trying to
Danny
use all
Dimes
my
off the
time.
board at the 3-12.
Trying to use all my time to really understand where I would go here.
Who finishes higher this year, Debo or Ayuk? I think my question is, who does Debo play 15 games? You know, that's my question. Does he play 14 games? You know, I would say points per game, it's probably going to be Debo, but at the same time, who's the quarterback? You know, so many questions to that. That's a good question.
Yeah.
8 days until the Delta rookie draft, Daniel says. Yes, sir.
Be careful. I think I might go double
T-Gray, yeah,
Giants
Tyler
here.
Lockett has been slept on for sure.
I got double Giants.
For sure. He's no scrub.
Here we go.
I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a man again, get no rap from me. Tyreek Hill. Oh, Badake. What did I say yesterday on the stream? You and I were singing on the stream while we were doing a live draft. And I said, I promise you there will be a comment of someone telling us to stop singing.
Stop doing it. And that's
That it's
exactly what
annoying to
happened
them.
today.
And we got that comment. So, box checked.
Either way, all love, huh?
Yeah.
We gonna do us. We gonna do what's comfortable for us.
20 days until the gluten freak draft. That is actually what it will be called.
That is actually. There's nothing I am doing there besides taking a quarterback. Mark Andrews is actually a good pick.
Yeah, Marky Mark at the 4-3 is good value there. I probably would have drafted him if he fell, these two more spots to me, but, can't really justify it at that point. So we need a wide receiver here. And I don't think I'll go Diggs or Kupp or Adams because my team doesn't really scream young, ready to compete through 3 rounds. But of course that could change.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to make this. Okay. I'm going to make a pick because I'm more curious about where a different player will fall. Kenny Pickett goes at the 4-6.
Yeah. Kenny.
Would you take Kenny Pickett? Let me say, I know that you and I both wouldn't take him in the 4th, but what's the earliest you would take him?
I would take him earliest, end of the 5th to the turn of the 6th, I would say, depending on how the quarterbacks fall. That's the absolute earliest. And that's pretty high already.
Yeah, I get that.
So once again, it all depends on how the quarterback falls. But I'm in question now, personally, is
thanks for the super chat, Andrew.
I feel like I want to move Jared Goff ahead of Kenny Pickett right now.
If he gets the extension, it would be a no-brainer.
Yeah, and I don't know how you. Okay, so you would feel comfortable, and I think that's exactly where I'm kind of leaning because I do believe in the extension. We've been talking about it for a long time already, and if that does happen this year or next year, we'll probably see Jared Goff going, maybe where Daniel Jones is going right now, or maybe where Kenny Pickett is going right now in the 4th round. So I won't be surprised if we see him next year in a dynasty startup when he does get that contract extension, or if he gets a contract extension in this area. So
Andrew, thanks for the super chat, as well as Chris. We're going to get to both of yours now. Andrew says, is 111, 202, 206 enough to sell my 106? And honestly, no, it's not.
No, not with this
the 106, and we said this on yesterday. Well, we didn't say it yesterday, but we've been saying it in rookie mock drafts that we've been doing. The top 6 is where you want to be. And it's a quality over quantity draft here. Too many question marks at the 111, 202, 206.
Completely agree.
Completely agree. At least we believe, look, anything's possible, but we know that we're probably getting very good fantasy players at the 106. And at that point, just given how we've analyzed this rookie draft, I do not feel comfortable moving out of the 106. What I would need is, let's say, the 111, the 202. I take away those 2nd round picks. If I can get the 111 and a 24 first, then I will start to consider it. Yeah. But I know I don't want to make that move personally.
Yeah, don't want to make the move. And I feel like that's just a quality over quantity type of trade, which is it's not what you want here. Yeah. So I'm okay.
And I see he says my team needs some work. This isn't the draft though to bet on the depth. This is unfortunately we thought it would be. I'll be honest with you guys, we thought it would be for sure. But when these running backs dropped so heavily, it became very evident that it was not.
Look, this is what I would say, Andrew. If you really want to build on your team and your team does need work and you can't compete this year, I would personally, and I said this, I'm pretty sure I said this yesterday, I'm taking a chance if I have a mid to early 2nd round pick and there's no one that I like, I would be happy to swap that and take the chance on a 24 second. For me personally, I don't know if Zach would do that.
Well, I think it depends on the context for sure. I mean, yesterday, the team that I drafted with, it was a team that I felt good about competing this year. I just wanted an extra running back. So I actually sent away a second in a future year to go out and get Kendre Miller. So I think it just depends on the context for sure. Like in his context, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Damn. Exactly. Okay. So Treylon Burks was who I was going to be drafting if he fell. He did not, but I am so high on Treylon Burks. If this was a real draft, I probably would have taken him at the 4-5. Just gonna be honest with you guys. And there will be a video out soon as to why. You guys are probably like, what do you mean there'll be a video out soon? You've released like 7 videos about trading for Treylon Burks. Well, there's a new one coming, so Watch it.
Yeah.
Thoughts on my 3 starting Dynasty receivers: Amon-Ra, Garrett Wilson, Watson. I have the 105 in looking at Addison. Thoughts? So he clarified it's a 1 quarterback league.
Okay.
And that's why he's looking at Addison, not JSN or Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
First off, I mean, Amon-Ra, Christian Watson.
Great start so far.
And it looks like you said Addison. Like that's... Oh, sorry. Amon-Ra, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson. That's 3 very good receivers. I would feel very good about those being my top 3 receivers in Dynasty.
Yeah. Completely agree. And then
so
you can get Jordan Addison or whichever, whether that's Jordan, whether that's Quinton Natfolis or Zay. I'm really happy with any
So
of
it'll
those
probably
3.
be, if it goes the way we think it will, Bijan, Jason Gibbs, in whatever order. Then you're looking at someone probably going Johnston.
Yep.
So you're either Johnston or Addison, likely.
Yeah.
And I would take either that are available. It's a great option for you.
Mm-hmm.
Great option for you. Thanks for the super chat, guys. We try and interact with the chat as much as possible. So we always reply to those super chats. Thanks for hanging out with us today. But so Jordan Love, we want to make sure we talk about the draft. Jordan Love at the 4-12. That makes him quarterback 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, math is hard. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That makes him quarterback 18. He's my quarterback 19. So I'm not anti, doing that. But it's just trying to adjust to the new reality of where he's going to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely hear you. For me, I'm still struggling to put him, ahead of Russell Wilson personally, especially with Sean Payton there. I don't know where you have him. He's my quarterback.
I do have him. I do have him ahead of Russell Wilson personally.
Yeah, he's my quarterback 21. I have him over Geno. Have him 21. Over 21. For me right now, I'm struggling with Russ. Once again, Sean Payton there. They're getting weapons for him and Marvin Mims. Jerry Jeudy, a whole new regime, whole new system. I think right now I feel really comfortable with Russ over Jordan Love in at least the next 2 years, versus Jordan Love's 2 years. So that's why he is a younger quarterback, and you probably take that risk on, trying to get a 24-year-old guy, finally getting his start. Damn, wanted dots in there. So that's definitely something that I'm struggling with. That I don't know if I can put him over Russ.
There's a video, and I think I've decided that I think it would be a perfect video to release on their Monday, Badake, that I'm going to be recording here soon. And the title of the video is basically like 5 players you need to trade for right now. And I'll go into depth. And 2 wide receivers that will be on there is Treylon Burks and Jahan Dotson. And I won't spoil it, but there's a couple others that I think are low-key really good buys that I really haven't heard anyone talk about the other 3. There'll be 5 players that I discuss. 2 I just told you, and the other 3 I think could bring real legitimate value to your Dynasty team this year. So I'm excited for you guys to watch that. Honestly, I was making the video and there was probably 10 players I could have brought, but just for the sake of the video, I thought, let's go 5 for today.
No, yeah, there's definitely a lot of players that you can bring,
Andrew, thank you for the super chat. He says, sorry, Badake, but Jason over Quentin Johnston. Talk it up. Come on, Andrew.
Talk it up.
Let him know.
Okay. Talk it up. If you let me, would you?
I'm with you, brother. I am with you.
There goes Michael Pittman. Okay. Interesting.
I've said this before, but I'm not anti-Michael Pittman now. I am concerned. And this is why I'm so out on Josh Downs. I just don't think that this is going to be some sort of pass-heavy offense. And I think Anthony Richardson starts week 1. If not, he's starting by week 3 or 4 or 5. And the offense I imagine them running and his play style, I have Pittman in leagues. I'm worried, and it's why I'm avoiding Josh Downs at his current cost. If Downs falls into the 3rd round, I'm all about it. But of rookie drafts, but at the moment he's going early 2nd, and I just can't get behind it with how quickly people's minds change in season on values.
George.
John says, do you think Alec Pierce is going to starve in the Colts' new offense? I think everyone's starving. That's why I think that's my overall opinion. I think all the wide receivers are starving in this offense. Last thing I'll say, because I know I've talked about it a little bit too much on the channel, but think about what Anthony Richardson's strengths currently are. Very clearly what he can do on the ground. And his biggest weaknesses that he needs to grow in would be accuracy, overall touch, rating defenses, good pocket presence, but all those other things need to improve, which would lead me to believe this is going to be a bottom 5 passing volume offense. Think about Justin Fields last year, right? Think about Lamar Jackson in his first year or so. I would be personally really shocked if this is a top half of the league passing offense. So I would, thinking from a redraft perspective, which ultimately redraft does impact Dynasty. Like, people say, oh, I'll wait on this player to develop over years, and then after week 6, they're out on him. I think it heavily impacts his value. Thank you for the super chat, Chris, early on. So I won't have any downs, and in redraft, I don't think I'll have any Pittman. I already have Pittman on some Dynasty leagues, but I just think everyone in this offense is going to be unreliable. I don't know. Think about how many times you felt comfortable starting Darnell Mooney or Cole Kmet, or it's tough out here for me, in my opinion. But
no, I hear you. It's definitely it definitely doesn't feel ideal, and I understand. And I've said this multiple times. I mean, I feel like I said this every single time. Yeah, it may not be the perfect time to have Michael Pittman, but if we're believing in what Shane Steichen did with Jalen Hurts, hopefully that happens. Once again, you wait a year.
Well, Jalen Hurts is a good example as well. Sorry to interrupt, but you didn't want a wide receiver in Philly when Jalen Hurts was a rookie, or his first year. You did not want that.
Yeah, and that's fair. And he definitely did struggle. And yeah, this year is definitely not ideal. And you may have Michael Pittman, and you may say, well, this is my wide receiver 1 or 2, and you're not going to be able to start him with confidence. But hopefully, if the second year does take off, it's not an ideal person to go out and trade for or trade away right now. He's going to be an ideal person to trade for, I would say, mid-season. If you really believe what Anthony Richardson is doing and what you're seeing on the field. So let's see what happens.
So I don't really love the idea of drafting Deebo Samuel, but at this point he is the top wide receiver on my board, so I'll add him to a room that is a little bit young. So maybe it's good to get a little veteran presence in there, have Deebo show them the ways.
And that's what I was contemplating, honestly. I was looking at Deebo and Adams, and I was like, well, I don't really want either of them. So yeah, I just went running back.
I would have gone Pickens if he was available. Chris, thank you so much for the super chat. How does Dalvin trade affect himself and Mattison? Well, has a trade happened?
No.
Or are we just saying hypothetically?
Hypothetically, I mean, depending on where Dalvin goes, I would say, right? I mean, the team that is connected to Dalvin right now is the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I think the real question is, how is that going to be affecting Devin A-Chain? And I think Dalvin goes to the Dolphins, and he's kind of the same where he's at right now, right? Like, he's a good running back in redraft, a guy that's going to get a lot of passing opportunities, in my opinion, with a good offensive line. I would argue even better offensive line going over there in Miami. If that does happen, that does affect Devin A-Chain. Alexander Mattison now, that's good for him. But at the same time, do they bring in somebody? Do they bring in Kareem Hunt? I'll
say this. I think at this point of the offseason, if Dalvin Cook is traded, the people who bet on Alexander Mattison look like absolute geniuses, because he will be the starter.
Yeah.
There's not a running back in free agency right now that I think is just worlds above Mattison. But I also think that this is why Dwayne McBride is such an interesting sleeper. He was drafted in the 7th round. Mm-hmm. He's such an interesting sleeper as well. But yeah, I don't know. I think if it's Miami, great. That's perfect for Dalvin, and it hurts A-Chain, which we've talked about. If he stays in Minnesota, great. He'll have to take a pay cut. I think right now it's kind of like it's all coming to a head. We'll find out in the next couple months, but it's like, Dalvin, we're not going to pay you this money. No one wants to trade for you with that much money on your contract. Do you want us to cut you, or do you want to take a pay cut? I think that's what it's going to come down to. And ultimately, if I had to put my money on it, which again, it's not a bet I'm willing to really risk because it's 50-50, I would say Dalvin's back in Minnesota. And probably took a pay cut, or part of his contract was converted into a bonus or whatever, that kind of nonsense. So,
yeah.
But if anything, Alexander Mattison looks like a fun, like, ooh, what could happen here type of player for this season.
100%. And that's going to be very interesting when that does happen. I don't think they will be satisfied. One thing I would say, I don't think this Minnesota team, the Vikings, are going to be satisfied if it is just Alexander Mattison and Dwayne McBride. I think they do bring in a veteran presence to help them.
Yeah, I would agree.
And it's not. And now, does the workload? How does that impact the workload? I'm not sure. I think it depends on the running back. Is that Kareem Hunt? I think that does affect it. Is that?
I don't think so.
Leonard Fournette? I think that does affect it. And I think when it comes down to other players, probably won't, but I think those two guys will affect it. But I think Alexander Mattison will take the majority of the workload if those guys are there, but it won't be the 100% workload that maybe we are expecting.
I hear you. There's not a running back on the open market that I think is going to drastically change his opportunity, but that's just because I think we might view their career of those players differently, like where they currently are. El Tigre, thank you for the super chat, man, and also Sean. We'll get to those.
Yeah.
Tigre says, "You're so psychophantic soapbox. Your psychophantic soapbox for Burks is silly, a pipe dream, and will haunt your credibility." In other news, my Justin Ross jersey arrived today.
Oh boy, Justin Ross, huh?
Yeah, Justin Ross, truthers, man. What are you guys leaning on? I don't know what to say. We've been pretty all the way out on him. I'll take Goddard here.
Dallas Goedert?
I love it, Tigre. I love it. I'll say this. I'm very excited for Treylon Burks this year. And if Justin Ross gets 15% of Treylon Burks' opportunities, I would be surprised. But it could happen. I know Tigre's got a lot invested in him. Sean says, accidentally hit both Philly wide receivers. Should I trade one? If so, who and what for? Top 4 wide receivers are Hill, Brown, Smith, and Debo. Love the content. Yeah, Sean, this is an interesting question. I mean, I personally wouldn't force a trade. I think the worst thing that you can do is, oh no, I have 2 people on the same team. Just so I don't have that situation, let me trade one of them, and you end up moving your needle down for what your value would be. So I think that would be my overall advice is I don't mind moving on from one of them, but I'm not going to, get lowballed and just get out of that situation.
Agreed.
And if you think about the Eagle wide receivers last year anyway, typically it was either A.J. Brown or Smith going off. It's not that it didn't happen, but it was rare that it was happening at the same time. So you're almost just guaranteeing that whichever wide receiver it is that week, you're getting the points. And then the weeks that both of them go off, you're just, you're going crazy. But so I wouldn't force it. But look, if you can move, I think A.J. Brown is the one to move, not Smith, if you were to do that. Because I think I prefer... Let me just quickly say a couple options, okay? If you can move Devonta Smith for Jackson Smith and Jigba, T. Higgins, Drake London, perfect. Let's do that. If you can move A.J. Brown for Garrett Wilson, if you can somehow upgrade to CeeDee Lamb, I wouldn't mind even pivoting if I can get extra picks. Because we've had people in our DMs pivot from A.J. Brown. They've gotten Chris Olave and a future first. they've gotten a Monra in a future first or Waddle, so I wouldn't mind doing that. But overall, I wouldn't force it. I would just, if it benefits you in a deal, I'm totally open to doing it. So I don't know if that makes sense.
That was one thing I would say. I think just pivoting. I think either one, whichever one you want to keep, whichever one you want to move, you just got to pivot. Devonta Smith for London, DKT, Jackson Smith, and then AJ Brown a little bit higher. You can Wilson, Amonra, Olave, Waddle. Just really depends on which one you want to move and what the price is. But yeah, I would agree. AJ Brown is the one we want to move. He's an older guy. He's the one that has a more injury history. For me, I'm happy to move AJ Brown, and I think the price will be there for somebody as well to actually to acquire him. People love AJ Brown, so I'll be okay with that.
Okay, Rachaad White at the 8-4. I've been saying trade for him, y'all. I mean, look, honestly, the Bucks could have drafted a running back and it would have been a bad take, but to everyone out there who did end up going out and getting DJ or Rashad, it feels pretty good right now. Okay, I mean, Miles Sanders. Oh wow, Nick Chubb is still available.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Okay.
A lot of these running backs, it's just so interesting. I think that is going to be. There's so many good wide receivers. I think that full.
What does that make? Okay, sorry, keep going. I'm going to count and see what that makes him off the board.
I just think there's going to be a mix, a motion of people like building. As much as, we love running wide receivers, there's still so many good wide receivers in my eyes on the board that I'm happy to wait on and believe on. But the running backs, though, the more you wait on wide receivers, the more running backs are there as well. Because a lot of people are still taking wide receivers. I don't know. It's just like the middle of the draft.
Where do you have Nick Chubb ranked in Dynasty?
Let me look at it 1 second. He is my RB 11 at the moment.
Okay, he's my RB 13, but he just went off the board as the RB 20.
Okay.
I just got Nick Chubb by Isaiah Pacheco and Rachaad White. What is happening? By the way, I said this before the draft, and I think I am still here. I said if the Cowboys don't draft someone in that backfield, I will probably go Tony Pollard over Najee Harris in Dynasty. And I think that's where I am now. I think at this point I would rather have Tony Pollard over Najee Harris.
That's fair.
Even though I think Najee Harris is a good buy, but I was curious where Pollard went. He went 7-6. Oh my God, he's still such a good buy.
I don't think that he's going to be there though. That's the problem.
What do you mean you don't think he's going to be there?
I don't think I think this is.
He's the only running back signed on a contract, really, outside of Ronald Jones.
I think. Okay, I said that wrong. I don't think he's going to be going this slow.
Oh, okay.
I think when people realize they're going to want Tony over Eckler, over Pierce, over Swift, over Sharpie, over all those guys. So I think he will go probably right after Najee. Yeah. Or right before Najee. So I think I personally believe we'll see the ADP flip.
Okay. Sure.
Right now, or obviously this is early. This is our first one, right? So getting him in here, fantastic, and having the conversation of him being ahead of Najee is definitely valid. But once it gets to the point where he's above, it's gonna be like, dang. Like I think people are gonna take Tony over Javonte Williams at some point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, this might sound crazy, but I have Pollard over Najee Harris, Austin Eckler, Nick Chubb, Javonte Williams, Ramondre Stevenson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look,
everything that they needed to do to prove to me he's the guy right now. They did this offseason.
Yeah, exactly. So once again, not disagreeing, just think that we're gonna see him go significantly higher once people kind of adjust to the ADP.
He should go. He damn well should go higher than 7-6. 100% agree.
Yeah, I definitely see it. And as we get closer, I think we'll see Rashad jump. Kind of like what we saw these late ADP jumps. I forgot who was it last year that had a big jump.
I think he could, but there's like a very heavy anti-Rachaad White crowd out there. I noticed as I was talking about him most of the offseason, like there's a very heavy like anti-White crowd, and I don't know, like I don't know that these running backs get pushed that much further up. I would say I agree Pollard is going to go higher than this. Mm-hmm. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know that...
People last year, I felt like we're taking... like we
Thanks
saw
for the sub.
Yeah, thank you so
Shinedi.
much. Like people last year, we were talking about Damian Pierce, where he was like, we shouldn't take. He should be an 8th round pick, not good draft capital. And then at the end of the season, when all the reports saying Damian Pierce, he jumps up, and we saw him go as high as the end of the 5th to the 6th round, where he is going now.
Sure.
And at that time, it was like, bro, that's way too high. Love the pathway. Like, how much work is he really gonna get? And then ends up proving it, right? So
Sure.
I guess it just all depends on the reports coming out of camp. Obviously, plays a big part of ADP change. But yeah, I think running backs
Thanks for the sub, Kevin.
are interesting this year for sure.
Thank you for the sub, Kevin. Shout out to the 180 people watching the stream. We're doing a startup mock draft here. If you guys want to see a rookie mock draft right after this finishes, then go ahead and drop a like. We are not too far off from our like goal. We need 150 likes in order to keep the content going after this and to pop off a rookie mock. So if you want to see a rookie mock draft right after this finishes, do us a favor, smash the like button, help us get to 150, and we'll make sure and make that happen for you guys. So Greg Dulcich at the 9-3. I was listening to Fantasy Footballers today before we hopped on. I only really got to... The reason I never get to listen to any like creators' content is because typically I'm creating content myself. But I listened to them for about 10 minutes, and one of the things that they talked about was Adam Troutman being traded to
It's massive.
the Broncos. I don't know if it's massive. For me, it's not massive, but I do think it's at minimum very interesting because he goes to the coach who drafted him early with the Saints. So
yeah, and I think that's what's big. It's the fact that well, I actually saw a report. I wanted Jonathan Mingo there. I actually saw a report that you're on the clock, and I'll give my thought process here if you want to do that.
Sure. I guess this is where you start to take a chance on like Rashee Rice. You know, is there a quarterback I want here? Quarterback 3. I mean, not overly. I'm not dying to get any of those guys. I mean, is this too early? I don't know. I guess I'll take a shot on Rashee here. I'm not really sure what to do at that point.
Rashee. Gotta peep on Q. Let's see what happens. One thing I was gonna say is one interesting report that I saw was that Adam Trautman requested to get traded to the Broncos, and that actually worked out. I don't know how true that is, or if Sean Payton did go out and try and get Adam Troutman. That was an act of saying, I want this guy on my team, whether because he believes in him or he's a leader or whatever the case. I think that's a pretty big deal. And I think he will get worked into this offense. Now, how much does he go into the workload? Not sure, but I think we have to readjust when it comes down to big old Greggy.
Yeah. I think the difficult part about Adam Troutman is he was already in an offense that needed pass catchers to step up. He did not do that. He could not prove himself.
Troutman comes in. Sorry, go for it.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say Troutman comes in. And he's a big tight end. I mean, how big is Greg here? He's 6'4". Okay, Adam Troutman is 6'5". Okay, 250, 230. Greg 245. Sure. I mean, Greg's heavier, but it's not that big of a deal. But just saying, like, very interesting.
Look, all I'm trying to say is that Troutman was already in a situation where if he was going to be this superstar receiving tight end, he was already in a position where he could have emerged. Like we always say, targets are earned, they're not given. And Troutman, to me, going to the Broncos is very much like the Broncos saying, okay, we have a depth piece now for, that we can use in some interesting ways. But is Troutman even better than Alberto? I don't know the answer to that. He's certainly not more athletic than Alberto. but Greg Dulcich did earn targets last year. We've never seen Adam Troutman do that. So I think I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was a funny conversation. But I wouldn't take Greg that early is what I was going to say in general.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But
that is fair.
Elijah Moore off the board at 9-12. You know what? That would have been a better pick than Rashee Rice. I didn't even think about him.
Sleeping on him.
Just didn't even come to mind, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I wanted Mingo and Elijah Moore. I was honestly contemplating Mingo over Terry for a second, but
I hear you.
I couldn't do it. Okay, I mean,
I definitely would have taken Mingo if he was available at the 9-8.
Take me away. What to do here?
You tell me, brother.
There's a couple different options I can go, and I'm gonna run out of time here, and I want to make a panic pick. Not a panic pick, but I have him on my queue. Take Sam Laporta.
Okay. Sure. If that's your guy, there's not a ton of
tight ends left, really. I should be David Njoku.
There's a lot of like really good dart throw options, but
maybe I should want David Njoku actually, because I have him higher. That's oversight for me.
Yeah. The porta potty.
The porta potty.
That's actually funny. Shout out to everyone hanging out in the chat, by the way. Appreciate y'all.
Where do you have
thoughts? Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, where do you have Dalton Kincaid ranked right now?
People will hate it.
Because people would hate it.
Yeah, people will hate my ranking of Dalton Kincaid.
Because I personally right now, I feel like there's an argument at the moment where he could be ranked ahead of Pat the Dragon for me. He's not there yet. He's right behind
for me.
He is for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm not too far off to what I'm thinking here.
He's my tight end 7.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. It makes me feel a lot more.
I'm gonna just take Tony here, so that way whatever wide receiver it is, we have a shot. We have a shot here, unless it's Sky. Yeah, I'm dangerously high on Dalton Kincaid in Dynasty. Tight end 7. I prefer him over Pat Freiermuth. Sounds crazy. What do you mean Pat Freiermuth's had a year where he's gone crazy? What do you mean? Well, Pat Freiermuth was, if these guys came into the same draft, it would be a no-brainer. Because Pat Freiermuth still wouldn't go in the first round. And he didn't get first-round draft capital. And he's not in an offense connected to Josh Allen. An offense that passes the ball, top 5, top 10 in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And he has more competition than Dalton Kincaid. As much as I love Pat the Dragon, no, give me Dalton Kincaid over him right now, today, in Dynasty. And I understand there's this, Pat has proven production. I get it. I totally get it. But Kincaid is one of those rare tight ends that I think could produce year one like Pat Freiermuth did. Because there's such a clear need. There is such a clear need. After Stephon Diggs, who is it? And Kincaid is an older tight end. He is well-versed as a receiving threat. He's a great route runner, good hands, incredible after the catch. There's a very high possibility that Kincaid is a starting tight end in your redraft leagues this year.
I'm there with you, brother.
Of course, there's a possibility as well that he doesn't perform as a rookie. But there's just too many signs for me not to take him over Pat. Right now, given that Pat Freiermuth is in Pittsburgh with the competition around him and the quarterback he has versus Dalton Kincaid, who got better draft capital, who went in the first round, which is rare for tight ends, connected to his quarterback and the competition around him, I think Kincaid is your instant slot from day one. If not, day one is too egregious, but from like week 5 onwards, Kincaid's probably a starting tight end in my mind in redraft leagues. So
that's big.
I'm trying to find out if I want Kincaid or Kittle, but I prefer Kittle. Look, I'm not going crazy, but I think I do prefer Kittle. But
look,
I love Kincaid so much. I feel like he is the perfect receiving threat tight end, and he might be one of those break the mold type of tight ends who start producing year one.
and this is why I wanted to bring up the conversation, because that's something I'm contemplating on, and I'm trying to convince myself, or maybe I'm just too scared of what everyone else would say, because that's where I was leaning. I was just like, I felt like maybe I was too high on him, and I haven't before Pat, right? Like, everything that you just said is exactly how I'm feeling. And the reason why he's so high, like, I think the biggest reason why he's so high in my eyes, the 2 points that you said, Josh Allen and a passing offense. He's going to get targets, and I think he instantly jumps Shakir. As much as I love Shakir, he instantly jumps Gabe Davis, in my opinion. And he also jumps Dawson Knox. So that means he's a second target.
I'm not worried about Dawson.
He's a second target on this team. So
just quickly on Dawson. Dawson shouldn't be a starting tight end anyway. Respectfully, he shouldn't be a tight end one on a team, especially not a team like the Bills. Like that, I mean no disrespect by saying that, but he's an incredibly great. He's a very good complementary tight end in my mind. Dawson Knox is nowhere near the route runner or the. I would say even the receiving threat that Dalton Kincaid is. And I would say if this team was very comfortable with Dalton Kincaid filling that role for them, they wouldn't have spent a first-round pick on Dalton Kincaid. So to me, this just makes Knox a better complementary piece to their team. Now, Knox might be a problem in the red zone. He might be someone that vultures a couple touchdowns, but with like the consistently producing tight ends, he's not going to be someone that takes away from Kincaid over the middle of the fields, on third downs, in those scenarios. So anyway, yeah, I'm dangerously high on Kincaid. I think it might sound crazy now, but I think you can very easily create a case for it.
Sorry, Blaze was crying. I hear you. I'm here. I'm there with you, and I can definitely, I can see the pathway. I can see the outcome, and you know what? I would say even if it's not this year, then it's definitely going to be next year, right? I mean, let me just see what Dawson.
ABC says there's not 32. Where was it? There's not 32 tight ends better than Knox. No, there's not. But that doesn't mean that Knox should be a starting tight end. I mean, do we think that, like, respectfully, should Irv Smith be a starting tight end? No. Right? You know what I mean? Like, if we look in, let's say, New England, I guess Hunter Henry. You could make a case Hunter Henry over Dawson Knox. Right? Is Tyler Conklin better than Dawson Knox? No, probably not. But I don't think any of those tight end rooms you would look at and be overly excited about. What about Washington's tight end room? Yeah, Washington doesn't even have a backup tight end that should be a starting tight end. So just not every team has strengths in those areas.
Yeah.
Kincaid to lead the Bills in receiving. I wouldn't put it past him year 2. Not year 1, but I wouldn't put it past him year 2. Okay, let's take a little Sam Howell here. And, someone did ask what our thoughts on Sam Howell were. As a completely impartial Washington fan, Sam Howell will be the quarterback 1 in fantasy this year. No, jokes aside. Look, the franchise did everything to surround him. And that's at least, comforting. They didn't make a single move. Okay, I guess you could say Jacoby Brissett, but in an ideal world, Sam Howell can outplay Jacoby Brissett. Not saying that Brissett can't play as well as Howell, but I think the team would give Howell the little tick there. They've said it publicly. He's got great weapons around him. and Eric Bieniemy coming in. So yeah, I'm excited about Sam Howell, and at his price point, I think he's very good pick.
Yeah, Sam is definitely going to he's gonna have to show what he can do. Who's the backup there for you guys? Jacoby
Brissett, yeah.
Jacoby, okay.
We had a real draft yesterday. Let me try and show you what that looked like on our page.
We have one tomorrow though, a real rookie draft with our follower Bravo League. So what is it? It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for you guys. We will be live doing all that. So definitely stay tuned.
This stream here with Anthony Richardson, that was a real draft we did yesterday. And then tomorrow, like Badake said, at 8 p.m., we'll have another live stream where we do a real draft. And I have nothing. It's gonna be potentially a long night for me. I'll show you guys the draft board right now in that league. So currently, this is your boy picking at 4-7. It's gonna be an exciting draft for me. So that will be, I'll have to play the hostess there. What's Hal's ceiling though? I mean, his ceiling is that he's the starting tight end for this team. I got him in the 11th round and he rushes for 8 touchdowns. Like, if that sounds crazy to you, then maybe the people out there who that sounds crazy to don't know what Sam Howell can do on the ground. I could easily see Sam Howell getting 8 touchdowns if he starts every game. If he starts 17 games, I would say he will at least get 6. This is a player who, at his last year of college in North Carolina, I think he rushed for 800 yards and like 10 touchdowns or something. In the only game that he started, he had a rushing touchdown, versus the Cowboys last year. So I think the upside is higher than people realize. Now, is he going to be a top 12 finishing quarterback? No, probably not. But you didn't draft him anywhere near that in your drafts, and he doesn't cost that in the market. So what did he go here? Let me see. 5, 6, 7, 8.
I just want to thank you.
He's a quarterback 31 here. Unless I'm just terrible at counting.
No. Well, I mean, I'll do a double check.
He's a quarterback 31 here. That's crazy. I currently have him ranked as my quarterback. Where are you?
Yeah, 31.
Yeah, I have him ranked right around there actually as my quarterback 30 or so.
So right on ADP.
But I still think it's a good value.
Right on ADP. I just want to thank you.
All right.
Yeah. In Dynasty,
RIP Tyler Algier owner.
Kind of hard.
Rest in peace. I'm sorry for your loss.
It happens, Happens every year.
Okay, here at the 12-5. I find it really hard to pass on these 3 vet wide receivers. What am I going to do? Am I going to go like Keyshawn Boutte here? Hope that he's involved at all, or Mooney, and bet on that offense? Is there a running back I want to bet over these vets? Not really. Already have my quarterback 3. I got Goddard. I mean, yeah, why wouldn't I take a shot on one of these guys? Let's go Mike. Let's go Mike.
Patriots made 12 draft picks, 0 of them at running back.
Yeah.
Talk it up for Ramondre.
Very good news for Ramondre Stevenson. Very, very good news.
The real question is, who's going to be the rotation? Is that going to be James or Pierre? That's the bigger question. According to what I'm reading right now, they're saying
James Robinson's there.
They're saying James Robinson, that he's projected to be cut here, which is leaving Pierre Strong to be the guy in the backfield.
R.I.P. James.
R.I.P. James. Once again,
Friendly reminder that I had real debates with people about Travis Etienne's value last year because of James Robinson. Just a friendly reminder. We forget so quickly. Yeah, James Robinson's probably going to be cut. You're right. Ty Montgomery, Kevin Harris, Pierre Strong. Pierre Strong could be really a low-key value.
Yeah, he could be. Because, I mean, what is... I need to understand Pierre again. 5'11", 205. What did he do in college? Was he a passing guy in college at all? Don't remember.
Sorry, is that Pierre Strong?
Yeah.
If I remember properly,
was he just a pure runner, or was he, you know, a guy that can actually catch the ball?
I don't know enough to really comment, but I remember him being a good pass catcher from my vague memory. Let me see. But he's got some real speed, and he has, I think, a good skill set to be a pass catcher. Pierre Strong. Remember, he went to South Dakota State.
Yep. South Dakota.
And
Jackrabbits.
Just looking at his stats now, he was a pretty good receiver in college. 22 receptions in his final year. That doesn't sound sexy, but I think when you take into context that running backs typically don't get more than 30 receptions in college. I mean, and if you do, you're typically projected to be a very good pass catching running back in the NFL. Then,
Interesting about Pierre. Definitely somebody to look into, everyone. Bringing up some names here. So Darnell Money Mooney, guy just traded away. Love you, Darnell. Miss you every day.
No, he doesn't, Darnell. He doesn't care. He hasn't
thought twice
about it.
I miss you. Now let's see. I'm excited for tomorrow's draft. I know you're not, but.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, it's
wide receiver you tomorrow for me.
It's just not exciting when you don't really have anything to do. But that's because my team is just set up so well.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes, Josh Jacobs, Etienne, Tyreek, DK Metcalf, Kelsey, AJ Brown, Amari Cooper, Watson. On the bench, we've got Tua, Jamal Williams, Javonte Williams, Mike Williams, Rashad Bateman, Treylon Burks, Kyle Pitts. Hence why I have no picks in the first 3 rounds.
Style says, remember when Darrell Henderson, got the first carry week 1 and Akers managers were in shambles?
Yes.
Look how that turned out. He ended up not even being on the team.
Yeah, he's not on the team.
That's hilarious.
I'm still concerned about Cam Akers.
I know,
and the friendly reminder, they almost traded Cam Akers away.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is something that gets overlooked as well. Sammy says, I'll see you at the chip in Bravo. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. What happened last year in the playoffs?
I know Sammy won last year, if I'm not mistaken.
His team, yeah.
So these two alpha teams are the ones that I kind of did for the future. I traded all my picks away. No.
Yeah, I lost in the semis to Jesus, and Jack ended up winning this league. Yeah, I lost to Jesus. That was hard. That was a hard L.
Right, Sammy's team won. It wasn't Sammy. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Sammy, your team won last time, by the way. I hope you know that.
Big expectations, Sammy.
Yeah, I mean, if you could repeat, then you had to do nothing, man. You got to sit back and relax.
Just let the money flow in.
Let the money flow in. Nah, but you got to be careful for wide receiver you.
Thanks for the sub, Andrew.
Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle,
okay,
J-Mo.
I was probably going to go Gibson there. But I think this is where I'll take a shot on Zach Evans. I mean, if this was a real draft, we would have like what 22 plus rounds, and I probably wouldn't go Zach this high, but it just feels good to have him on a team. Feels good. I wanted him in yesterday's rookie mock and couldn't get him.
Oh, here goes Talajier. Be careful. Be careful.
Damian Harris is a good pick for sure.
You just gotta be real.
Where did James Cook go?
Oh, hi, Blade. Want to say hi?
James Cook went at the 9-9.
I haven't seen you in a minute. Oh.
Is it Lakers Warriors today?
Is it on right now? No,
what starts at? It starts in an hour.
Who
Knicks
is
Heat
playing
is
right now?
though.
Playing, yeah. Come on, Knicks. They went down 1 already. Come on, baby.
Jimmy Butler is actually a god.
Nah, I'm better than him. See me on a court.
Yeah, sure. Why is Jimmy Butler not playing? Does anyone know?
Because he's shit. That's why. Not jokes. I know nothing about basketball. Don't take my words with take my words with a grain of salt here. I'll take Tyler Lockett as well. Hey, Blaze, come here. I got you.
Yeah, that's a great pick. Tyler Lockett in the 14th round is very good. So is Keenan Allen in the 13-11. I mean, geez.
Say hello.
Those guys are gonna produce for you this year still.
I know, right? I need to see what we're seeing. Say hello. Say hi, Blaze. Okay.
Blazy.
You know, Blaze. Blaze was so small that when we used to record videos back in the day, she used to sleep on the desk in between my arms when nobody can see. That's how small she was before.
Yeah, I remember. There's a photo of me holding her when she was a baby.
Yeah. Now she's yeah. No, why are you biting that? Excuse me.
When she was a wee little Bobby. Blazy and Bean 101.
Blazy and Bean. Aye. Okay, you can go. In those brown eyes.
All right.
What was that accent?
I'll probably go Evan Ingram here. Just get a second tight end on the squad. Feel good about this team. I got 3 Jaguars. And they're winning the Super Bowl, so obviously I've done something right.
Early Super Bowl predictions.
Jaguars beating the Cardinals.
Oh my goodness. Imagine the Cardinals actually go. What I doubt.
I'll be right back. We need 5 likes to hit our like goal. I'll be right back.
Here we go. I'm pretty sure we would hit this 5 likes, guys. So if you guys want to be part of the next mock draft, all you have to do is join our Discord. Link in the description, and link is also going to be here in the chat. Join our Discord, go to Fantasyland tab, and then go to content releases. It'd be funny if I'm doing this whole spiel and we don't get it, but it's 5 likes. I mean, let's be honest, right? Go there. Once again, Fantasyland tab, content releases, and we'll be able to hit another or do another rookie mock draft, or a rookie mock draft, not a dynasty startup, because that's be take too long and we got work to do. Ravens Eagles Super Bowl. Wow, that's big. I like that. Chiefs Giants Super Bowl for the brand. Oh my goodness, that would be amazing. We got to win though, boys. It's gonna be hard with the Eagles, but I was telling Zach yesterday, we can split. That'd be nice. Bengals Eagles. That's nice, Macy. I really want Chargers, man. Really want Chargers. Just be nice for the Chargers to get there. The Lions. Oh, be careful. Seahawks Bengals Super Bowl. Imagine if it's the Lions and like. I mean, who's?
Yeah, I have a bold prediction. Zach Evans is gonna lead the league in rushing. Got him.
Be careful.
Okay, we need 1 like. All we need is 1 like to reach 150. So someone out there, if you could do us a favor, drop a like, and we will get this rookie mock draft popping for you guys. Dynasty rookie mock draft. We will probably go 30 seconds on the clock. Dynasty 2 QB. Boom, boom, bang, bang. Bing, bada, 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 bing, 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 bong, bing.
Bing, bada, bing, bada, bing, bada, boom. Content releases, guys. Fantasyland tab, content releases. I feel while you were gone, and they should know. You already know where it is. No excuses.
They should know. They should know.
No excuses. I said it early. You had plenty of time to get to the spot. All right. I'm gonna join this mock draft, and I'm gonna be sending the link out immediately. Here we go. I'll pick 9. Gonna copy here. Content releases. Content releases. 3, 2. There you go. That's how easy it is.
Daniel, I love that you got him in the 5th, but I will say 5th rounds. Why are we having 5th rounds? And how did he fall out of the 5th round? King Henry says nobody. Badake, be careful.
Be careful. Here we go. The New York Knicks, huh? Out of Madison Square Garden.
Okay, this is a 2023 Superflex rookie draft, mock draft. Okay, Styles is trying to make a point here. I can respect it. Okay.
Okay, MP. Okay.
I mean, you guys do you. You guys do you. You know, I think
Okay. Okay.
You guys do you. I mean, I think the standard PR response from us would be, we wouldn't do it, but you guys do you.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay, A. Rich, Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Tigre goes Johnston. Give me a little Jordan Addison.
A little Quentin Johnston here, without a doubt. Give me Zaza. Little Zaza. Blue cheese. You swear I'm addicted to blue cheese? I don't know why I just switched it from Zaza to blue cheese. I mean, I think maybe that's from the song, actually. I don't know. Connect the dots with me, somebody. Connect the dots.
Khalil Shakir or Henderson? Wait, what Henderson is that?
Daryl Henderson? Shakira.
Which Henderson? I don't know. Surely not Daryl. That's not, because Daryl's not even on a team right now, I don't think.
He said rookie.
A rookie quarterback named Henderson.
Henderson. I'm typing Henderson.
I don't know a rookie quarterback named Henderson.
Henderson. There's no one in this ADP that is named Henderson. Am I tripping?
Sure. Levis at the 110. Then we had Kincaid. Oh. Hendon
Hooker.
Oh, okay.
Like, wait, what, bro?
I mean, I would take a shot on Hendon over Shakir.
Exactly.
Even though I think Shakir's a good, stash. Currently, 12 subscribers away from 7,300. So shout out to everyone who's been subscribing recently. Maybe you've been lurking on the channel for a little while, and hey, now's the time. Now's the time to go ahead and join us. And I get Rashawn Johnson at the 2-8. Shut your mouth. Welcome to the squad. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Fuck you, Dale.
What you're talking. Shut. Hello, Miss Lady.
African. American. I might need to figure out what I'm gonna do here. I'll go Jane Reed. It's a classic. Right, Blazy?
It's just a classic.
Those cocaine stories cranking.
There's a kilo of Colombian Bam Bam underneath the car. I love that movie. He ain't first or last. I'm going fast, Dad. I'm going fast. Dan says, just subscribed, been a lurker for a bit. Welcome.
Huge
Welcome
love,
in,
man.
Dan.
Huge love. Thank you
Welcome.
so much, man.
Here's the promises I can make to you, Dan. We're going to say some things that you disagree with, and we're going to drop some nuggets of gold every once in a while. And everyone's welcome. That's what we can promise you as a new subscriber.
And everyone's welcome. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. And we're going to disagree, and that's okay.
A little Chase Brown at the 3-2. Tyler Scott at the 3-3.
Little Chase Brown downtown. Luke Musgrave.
I've never seen Tyler Scott go that early.
Nah, fourth round, man. Darnell Mooney, man. Trade for Darnell Mooney.
You just traded him away.
Yeah, but trade for him. I mean, I traded him away in wide receiver U. Let's be honest. Why does this keep going off? What the heck? Yeah, I mean, I traded him.
I'm not going to call him dad. Even if there's a fire. Cedric Tillman at the 3-5. Ah, damn you. I can't believe I'm going to say this because I literally tweeted out today about this player.
Be careful.
Let's see what Tigre does.
Be careful. You shouldn't do it. What'd you say? I didn't see it. Let's see.
Okay, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm drafting Tajay Spears. Look, I've seen a lot on my timeline of people justify taking Tajay Spears in like the 202 to the 204, and they're saying they're not worried about his long-term, they're not worried about him long-term. They want the immediate impact. And to which I reply, is Derrick Henry not there? Like, I don't understand. But that's because I keep seeing people taking him from like the 202 to the 206. But at the 3-8, I don't think there's a better pick on the board. I'll definitely take him at the 3-8. I'll give him my ACL.
You want his ACL, man? I'll take 10K. I'm just gonna open the door for Blaze 1 second.
Imagine if Charbonnet gets the first carry week 1. Oh my gosh. Well, it's kind of like, so, there were two sides to the Cam Akers debate last offseason, right? You guys know that. And I was very anti-Cam Akers. And then in week 1, is that when he had like 3 touches? And Darrell Henderson had like 15 or something? And the entire fantasy world just flipped upside down. Tank Dell at the 3-9. Yeah, I think Tank Dell should probably be going higher than that. Eric Gray, then Izzy. Yeah, Akers went on the block in every single league. Yes, every single league. All right, it's pretty funny. Biga says I ended up taking QJ at the 106 today.
Talk it up.
Oh, not something I would do,
Something
but
I would do.
Badake would do that.
I'm right there with you, brother.
If you're telling me you left JSN or Gibbs on the board, I'm sorry.
I'll take Gibbs over Jason. I mean, Quentin. I'm okay with that, but you know me with the wide receivers. Come on, get the ball out. Just rookie mistakes here. Just rookie mistakes. It's mental right now for the Knicks.
Xavier at the 4-4. Was hoping he might fall. Parker's off the board. Okay. Rest in peace, Sean Tucker.
Miss you every day, man. He's coming back.
Rest in peace. Yeah, people are now getting too crazy. Luke Shoemaker would have been my pick there, damn. Instead, I'll go Dwayne McBride, I guess. Oh, Tucker Kraft was available. Damn it.
Nope, and that's where I'm going. That's what I have in the queue, brother.
What can you do?
It was either him or McBride. That's the two players that just went. I had Tucker Kraft.
Began says he did leave JSN on the draft board. He has Herbert, plenty of depth. Ooh. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Great job, I would say. But you know that's
Respectfully,
just us,
good
man.
luck.
That's just us. We're just gonna get looked down on, spit on, you know, disrespect. You're stupid. That's what they're thinking about you right now. But that's okay. Not saying you call me that. I'm just saying. Great job.
You want so bad to be persecuted for Quentin.
Please.
Yeah, look, I've said as much as I can about Jason over Quentin. I think that's it for today.
Yeah, guys.
Thank you guys for watching with us. Thanks for hanging out. We do have some videos on the channel that I would say are worth watching in case you want to keep watching some content. Our rookie sleepers to target was released a day ago. You can watch that. There's that link. Our rankings, which you guys, helped blow up to 14K. Top 24 is there. And then we just released our rookie running back rankings as well. So I think that's it for today. If you want to give us a follow over on the Twitter sphere, you can feel free to do so. I'll drop my Twitter handle in there, and I'll also drop Badake's Twitter handle in there. We tweet out things every once in a while here and there. And then if you want our rankings, which are consistently updated, if you want access to our articles, I just released an article called Stash These 2023 Undrafted Free Agents. If you're looking for taxi options, I dropped that article. We got sneaky good late round running backs from Pierre. Mason's got ADP on there. If you want my rankings, Badake's rankings, if you want bonus content, bonus videos, all that and more, then go ahead and use our code LAND, LAND, for 30% off your membership. If you choose the Mother Flocker tier, which again, you'll get 30% off the Mother Flocker tier, which will bring it down to like 97.
Yeah.
You will unlock the entire Discord. You'll get a Dynasty team breakdown from Badake and myself. You'll get access to advice in a DM to us. You'll get access to our Dynasty trade show, all that and more. But that is it for today, I believe, unless you have anything to say.
No, huge love, and make sure you go show some love to those videos. We got a lot of good content out, and we will see you tomorrow with the Bravo League, a real rookie draft with our followers. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna have a good one tomorrow.
That's right. All right, guys. All love.
Love.